Are we doing it? Are we good? Yeah, I'm not a comedian. I've just been poured on to add a bit of colour to the room. Yeah. If I weren't here, you'd be the most brown person here. No, I did bring my two friends, and yeah, everyone relaxed. They're with me. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. Why have they been allowed out the kebab shop? But you know, my name is Ravi. Hope you can remember that because not a lot of people get my name right, and it's not that they mispronounce it. They just give me a different name. Now I'll give you an example. Right, I went Nando's, said it's going to be a 10-minute wait. I said that's fine. He goes, "What's your name?" I said Ravi. Now, I seen him write down Bradley. Now, no, first things first. Why do you look at me and think Bradley? Because I'm not ginger, and I picked on the twice. Sorry. I thought this happened to me ages ago, right? Because I used to work in this call center, which is mandatory for Indians. It's my first job. And I realised I got called all sorts of names, you know, from Bradley to Roger to... One woman even called me Ribino. Just anything but my name. And I thought, why can't these people get my name right? And it dawned on me that they must not be able to comprehend that there's an Indian guy who speaks fluent English. Okay. So I thought, maybe if I put on my Indian accent, they'll call me back. Terrible decision, right? This is how this conversation went. Phone came through. Hello, you speaking to Ravi? This is the next thing I heard on the call. For fuck's sake, Jill, they put us through to bloody India again. Hey, listen, you clapping, it's not even the worst bit. This is how he responded to me. He goes, how's it going, Raj? Right, so I got called random white names, get called random Indian names. What's going on? He goes, Raj, I was wondering if you could put me through to someone English, please. Yeah, actually, I spoke to Bradley last week. Is he available? Listen, I'm petty, so I couldn't let him win. Right, I had to respond. This is my response. No problem, sir. I'll put you through to Bradley. Let me just put you on a short hold. I did that 5 minutes for the phone now, fuck him. It's ironic though, because when you do get through to a call centre in India, they never use the real name, do they? No. You lot are racist, man. What are you doing? How do you know the guy with the Indian accent wasn't called Will Smith? I work in an office now, I've upgraded, right? I work with a lot of white people like yourselves. And I love working with white people because I get caught, like I learn things all the time, right? Like I work with this guy called Dave, and every time I see Dave, I say, how's it going, Dave? You're right. He'll give me the same response every single time. I'm living the dream, Ravi, I'm living the dream. I said, Dave, I don't know what that means, right? Because you're 62, divorced, don't get 3 kids and a working pension. I'm struggling to see the vision. There's another guy called Chris, right? Every time Chris eats some Indian food, he feels like he's obliged to tell me about it. He came up to me last week, Rav, you never guess what? I had a curry last night. Oh, tore another arsehole in me. I said, Chris, you shouldn't be speaking to me, you should be seeking medical attention. That's not normal, is it? So my parents were the first generation of my family to come to this country, and legally, by the way, before anyone starts losing grapes, I don't know. And they were strict parents, right? Well, 2 habits they brought with them from India, yeah, is bargaining and bulk buying. Yeah, that's all they do, right? I remember when I was younger, Rubicon mango cartons were on sale for £1. Yeah. My household got hold of this was big news. Yeah. My dad said, get up, we're getting 30 of them. We didn't get 30 Rubicon mangoes. We got to the store, my dad picks up 2 crates, takes it to the till, guy checks them out, says that's going to be £30. My dad goes, no, here's 20. Guy's like, can't really do that, mate, you know. Like, it's £1 each, it's going to be £30. My dad gets vexed, like, get your manager, I'm loyal customer here. I goes, Dad, this is This is Tesco. You can't. You're not even got a club card. Honestly. My parents were strict though, like they were so strict, I passed all my GCSEs on pressure alone. I remember my dad used to come up to me before every exam and he'll put his hand on my shoulder and go, son, if you fail, we're going to lose the house. What? That's pressure, innit? But it worked though, because I passed all my GCSEs except RE, because no one gives a shit, do they? I went into that exam 2 spliffs deep. I don't give a shit. Like, I was so high. I remember opening up that exam booklet and the first question was like, why did Moses part the sea? Like, must have seen 2 sexy women on the other side. Who cares, man? Who cares? Christians care, I'm sorry. Yeah. Nah, you know what? Speaking about drugs, right? I did shrooms for the first time the other day. And, we've got a fun there, alright? And I tripped out. I tripped out so hard, right? I turned into God. Which sounds amazing, but it's not when you're stressing about how you're going to pay the electricity bills with the stars. I was panicking. I was like, I've got 8 billion kids. I don't know. I'm going to feed them. I was panicking, and in the midst of all this, like, I got a job interview. I don't know how, right? Which calmed me down. And there was a point in space, like, I was just in space, and I was looking at Earth. I was thinking, just bigging myself up, like, yeah, you created that bad boy. No one's ever done it like you before. But in reality, I was just sat on a park bench watching pigeons. Messed me up, man. I snapped out of it like an hour later. I thought, Ravi, you can't do this again, man. You're on your lunch break. I'm single. I've been single for like a year now. Oh, that's alright. Yeah, man. I've been single like a year, and I've done some dating apps. And this is my second time on dating apps because from the first time I said I'd never do it again because I got catfished. Right? So I'll tell you what happened. So I matched with this woman. Here's your clue. Arranged a date, got there, just this middle-aged Chinese man. Didn't bother putting on a wig. Looked nothing like Shaniqua, I was pissed. You know what pissed me off the most? It's not the fact that I got catfish, right? It's the fact that he just sat down and started looking at the menu. I said, big man, what makes you think this is going ahead? Great shag though. My time's coming up to an end, but I'll tell you one last story because I'm on dating apps now, and I've been talking to this girl, but it's like long distance, so all she wants to do is sext. And if anyone knows anything about sexting, like you get to a point where you're just gonna have to stop making shit up. You're gonna have to talk about things you're not capable of. I ran out of things to say, so I turned to my friend. And like he's like a professional sexter. Like, he ain't got no GCSEs, but he turns into J.K. Rowling when he's fucking sexting. And he showed me one of his texts. This is how the text started, right? Babe, first thing I'm gonna do is throw you on my mahogany coffee table. I said, Derek, unless they're over 65, no one's getting turned on my mahogany. That's not gonna happen, is it? That's irrelevant. I read the rest of the text. It said, I'm gonna go down on you for 3 hours. And you're gonna be like, why hasn't he come up for air yet? That's when you find out why they call me Nemo. I said, Derek, man, this ain't even realistic. You got asthma. That's my time, guys. My name is Ravi. You can find me on social media. I would tell you my social media is Mr. Saini, but you lot probably can't even spell my first name. So thank you.